She's not cooperating. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Sorry, I can't. It's not cold. Is it cold in here? No. I put the air on a little bit just to clear it out a little bit. It's not cold. Is it cold? Are we okay? Just the breeze. I could turn the fans down actually. The fan. I'll put it down a notch just for. I'll put them back up when we start. Annie and I, it's always the battle between. It's too cold. It's too hot. It's too cold. Basically, I'm never warm, so I have to like look around and be like, oh, everyone's dying. I should put the air on here because that doesn't occur to me naturally. All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning. John, can you hear me okay? We've had mic issues. You can hear me? Okay. Okay, very good. So I was on vacation last, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, whenever I was on vacation. And I was with my sister and her family, and my niece and I at some point decided to go out on the SUP paddle boards. We were in St. Lucia. And so we were, my nephew and my son, her brother and my son we're doing wakeboarding. So she's like, let's get on the SUP boards and go out and get videos of them from like out in the bay. And I'm like, okay, let's do that, you know? So we do. So we get the things and we go out and we're like, we paddle out. And my niece is 16. So we're out there on our boards making selfies and doing, you know, whatever, and videoing the boys on the wakeboards and, you know, doing all the things. And then all of a sudden, like, we look at each other, we're like, oh, we're really far out here. You know, like, oh, we're really far out. And we hadn't realized we had actually done it before together, paddleboarding, but only on a lake. And that's different than doing it in the ocean, which we didn't totally think through. So we're like, okay, well, whatever. Look, at no point were we ever like in danger. We were in this cove, you know, where the resort was. We could see everything. We were still relatively close to the shore. It was just, you know, farther out than we thought. So anyway, so we're like, all right, well, maybe we should start heading back, you know. So we're there and we're paddling. We're paddling and we're paddling and we're paddling. And we look at each other and we're like, we're not going anywhere. We're like, oh my gosh, you know, we're like, we're going, and now we're going this way because like the wind is blowing down. We're like, well, okay, I guess we're gonna go this way now. So we're like, let's just go with it, you know. And again, we're like in this cove. It was perfectly like safe and not, you know, dangerous. But there was this moment where I was like, it's like we're on a treadmill, like literally just staying in one spot, but you're like, you know, going. So it like takes us all the way across to the side, and we're over here now, and we're like, well, maybe we should try going that way because it seems like that's where the wind is blowing, whatever, you know. And the two of us are out, you know, whatever. So eventually, the tide turns a little, the wind dies down, and then we're like, oh, okay, now we can go back. And it was like, no big deal, you know, it was fine. And then, of course, got back to the beach and the chairs where everyone had been watching us drift all over the place and laughing at us like, do we need to send someone for them? Are they okay? Everyone on the beach was laughing at us. Anyway, my point is, you know, I was thinking about that, you know, the sort of self-helpy, new agey, you know, just go with the flow, which sounds like a lovely thing to say, and is not, and can be a lovely thing to do, but is not always like a realistic thing to do, and is not always a possible thing to do, you know. And in terms of, you know, how we might go with the flow in our lives, it's like, well, which flow are we going with, you know? Because often when somebody is telling you, what I've noticed, when somebody's telling you, just go with the flow, what they're saying to you is, can you just do what I want? You know, can you be with my flow? Right? When someone's telling you, just go with the flow, like often they're telling you, oh, can't you just go along with what I'm doing? Right? And that's a reality. You know, there are many flows. We have the flow of our own sort of internal rhythms and inner life and the ways that we exist and need to be in the world. And then there's all these outer flows of our, you know, even just the weather, right? Or the tides or the wind or, you know, our families and our responsibilities and the calendar and holidays, right? Like there's different flows that we could be going with. And sometimes those two line up and that's nice. And often they don't. And then it's like, well, okay, you know, how am I being with that? You know, and what it seems like to me, what seems clear to me is that, you know, when I'm able to, when I'm in whatever flow I'm in without resistance or resentment, then it's clear that's the right flow to be in. right? When your heart is at peace with it, which doesn't mean it's not difficult, doesn't mean it's not hard work sometimes, doesn't mean it's not like a challenging place to be sometimes. But when your heart is sort of at peace with wherever it is you're lining up with, that's usually a good indication that that's the flow that you can be going with. So in our practice, you know, there's the flow of the breath is usually the flow that we are trying to attune ourselves to. And so, you know, nothing new. We'll focus today a little bit more on just moving with breath and how to move with breath and the ways that we do that and the ways that we don't. You know, the ways that we are challenged in doing that. So we'll see how that plays out in the practice. So let's start with a little Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is the sounded breath. Okay, raise your hand if you need a Ujjayi breath tutorial on what Ujjayi breath is, how to do that. Okay, so Ujjayi breath is the sounded breath. And you do it by sort of toning the back of your throat a little bit. So it feels a little bit like when you go, you were like fogging a window pane, but with your lips closed. Some people call it like the Darth Vader breath or the ocean wave breath. We'll go with the ocean wave to go with the theme of the ocean today. So it's you sort of tone the back of your throat and you dome up in your mouth, like drop your tongue down, dome up your mouth so it makes a sound. So you'll hear your breath more audibly. And it's not about making a louder sound per se, but it then invokes a different, it sort of channels the breath in this, channels the breath like when you pinch a fire hose, you know, the water comes through stronger. It does the same thing. And also allows you to hear the breath more audibly. So it just engages another sense in the sort of hearing of the breath. Okay, so let's close our eyes, take a good seat. And before we start Ujjayi, just line up your body well. Sitting well means breathing well. So sit well with a long spine, not a rigid spine, but tall. Try to sit forward a little bit towards the front edge of your sitting bones rather than rocked back into your tailbone. Let your arms, your arms hang, your shoulders relax. And then just do a little gentle nodding yes, lifting and lowering the chin until you find the place where your throat feels really open. And just hold there and let your breath deepen. And then as you feel ready, just begin that Ujjayi sound. So tone the throat gently. Shouldn't feel panicky. It shouldn't feel like you're restricting the breath in any way, just pinching the fire hose. Hear your breath, feel your breath, and just begin to attune to a slower and deeper rhythm of breath. When we line up with our own rhythm, you know, our own rhythm of breath, we each have our own rhythm. Our heart beats at its own pace. Our breath breathes at its own pace. And when we line up with that rhythm, when we pay attention to it, it's lining up with our own rhythm, which is life affirming. And it's lining up with the force in nature that creates that rhythm. Because the force of nature, the energy, that one energy that turns the tides and blows the winds, beats our heart and beats our breath. Take a few more Ujjayi breaths. And after your next exhale, just let your breath return to a normal breath. Join your hands to your heart. And let's chant. We'll chant 3 ohms together. We chant through Om Namah Shivaya 3 times. And we end with an om, and you can join in by listening or by participating in whatever way you're comfortable. Take in a deep breath. Bow your head to your heart, to your own rhythm and flow. And release your hands and open your eyes. Okay, let's come to hands and knees, tabletop. Spread out your fingers and make your arms nice and steady, and start with some cat and cow breaths. So inhale, arch your back, lift your chest. Exhale, round, let your head release, your tailbone release down. Often during practice, and I'm asked, how should I breathe? And really the answer is just breathe. Most of the time. Sometimes it matters. So for this movement, it is more effective to round on the exhale, because probably as you feel or sense, your abdominals lift up and draw back as you round your spine, and so that helps with the secondary breathing muscles. All right. Come to a neutral spine, and then take your right leg out to the right. Yeah, if you have to stagger with a neighbor, just stagger with a neighbor. Good. Be on the instep of your foot, so you can just have the inner edge of your foot on the floor. That's it. And then do a couple more cat and cows here with the leg to the side. Inhale and arch. And exhale and round. Good. Just a little more opening for the right hip. Then next time you're in the rounded position, take your hips back towards your left heel. You can have your toes tucked or untucked, whatever feels better on your knee. And then inhale and lift up and arch. Exhale and round and sit back to your heel again. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back. And do one more with your breath, your pace, your rhythm. Good. Inhale, come up. Keep your leg where it is. Take your left arm up and out to the left. Twist open. Yeah, left. That's it. And then exhale, reach under to the right towards your foot. And then inhale and open up to the left again. Twist open. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach under, land onto your shoulder and the side of your head. If it bothers your neck, you can always be on an elbow. That's it. Then take your right hand, come up on your right fingertips, and start to walk your right hand more overhead. Yeah, and if it feels comfortable for your neck, roll more towards the back of your head a little bit. Take a little stretch for the back of your neck. If that feels uncomfortable for your neck, of course, put more weight into your hand and into your shoulder. and let your legs do more of the work. So instead of letting the weight of your body dump into your neck, use your arms to support you. Okay, walk your right hand back over, place your right hand, come on back up. Keep your legs, come stand up. I'm gonna mirror you guys. Take your right hand to your right thigh, take your left arm to the sky. Good, reach up nice and tall, get long through the left side of your body, and then as you exhale, lean towards the right leg. Right hand reaching towards your right foot, left hand reaching towards your right foot. As you inhale, lengthen out of your torso a little more. As you exhale, maybe lean a little bit more. Inhale, come back up, keep your legs, cartwheel over. So your left hand, left hand is gonna go all the way over to the left, line it up, hand, knee, foot, and then sweep your right arm up to the sky. Good, push down into the floor with your left hand. Reach up to your right hand, curl your head and shoulders back a little more. Good, then exhale and pulse your arm over your ear. So reach to the side, arch the side of your body up towards the sky, and then inhale, let the arm float back up, and exhale, press your hand overhead towards the floor, arch the side of your body up, and then inhale, arm up, and arch. Good, swing that hand all the way around, drop your knee back down, come back to tabletop. That's it, left leg out to the left. Cat and cow, arch and round. Flow with breath, just find that rhythm. You can always use the ujjayi sound during practice. That is the breath that we use during asana practice if we're ever doing pranayama and asana at the same time. So breath work and just stagger with each other. One go forward and one go back, so you'll have room. All right, and then start the up and down. As you exhale, hip to heel. As you inhale, come up and arch. Exhale, hip to right heel. Inhale, come up and arch. Good. Exhale, hip to heel. Good. Come on back up. Twist, right arm up. Twist to the right. Exhale, reach to the left. Good. Inhale, twist open. Lift the right arm up. Exhale, reach towards the left foot. One more time. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, land to the shoulder, the side of your head. Come up on your left fingertips. Then start to walk the left hand, maybe a little more overhead. If it's comfortable for your neck, roll more to the back of your head, a little stretch for the back of your neck. Plug your left shoulder back. Keep your legs pressing into the floor. Weight your legs and your feet a little bit more. Plant your left palm. Inhale, come on up. Stand up onto your legs. Yep, keep it there. Right arm to the sky. Good. Get tall through your spine. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, get longer through the right side. Good. Exhale, lean a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale, reach, and exhale, lean. Inhale, come up. Cartwheel this hand all the way over to the right. Line up, hand, knee, foot. Left arm to the sky. Curl your shoulders back, head back. Good. And then pulse your arm over your ear. Reach. If you've got the wall, just push into the wall. Good. Inhale, open the hand up. Exhale. Pulse. Keep your head back as you're doing it. That's it. Inhale, arm up. Last one. Reach over the ear. And then swing all the way around. Back to tabletop. Good. Lift up into downward facing dog. Let's come into a wide dog. So take your hands and feet wide apart for this first dog. And then with your feet wide, do a few dog squats. So bend your knees and take your hips way back. And then straighten your legs, stretch your hips up and heels down. Good. And then bend and straighten a few times. Get really low as you can, as low as the knees will allow for. That's it. Pull your hips back as you bend your knees. Last one. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Good, narrow your stance. Inhale, flow forward to plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, tabletop, downward facing dog. Just like that, a couple more times, that vinyasa sequence. Inhale, plank. You can always put your knees down for plank and for chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, dog pose. You can always go through table first. One more flow. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, flow with your breath. Cobra. Exhale, dog. Drop back down to table. Sit back into child's pose. Drop your elbows down. With your palms facing down, lift your hands so you have a little stretch in your wrist, and then place your hands back down. Pulse your hands, so keep the wrists down, palms face down. So turn your hands down, Irina. Palms face down, like that. And we're just stretching the wrists a little bit. Hands up, and then down. One more. Palms up, and then down. Good, now turn your palms to face the sky. Do the same thing, make a fist. And then spread your fingers. Press the fingernails down. Good. Make a fist. Spread your fingers. Last one. Good. Come on back up to tabletop. Take your right leg back behind you. Extend it out nice and long. As you exhale, bring your knee and nose together. Round through your spine. Inhale, pulse the leg back up behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Last one, knee to nose. This time, step your foot all the way up outside your right hand. Now, kickstand your back leg over to the right a little bit. That's just for balance. Keep your right knee over your ankle. Walk your hands on the diagonal to the upper left corner of your mat. Push your hips back behind you. That's it. Create a widening action in your pelvis and your inner thighs. And instead of taking your weight forward into your hands, push your hips back a little bit more so there's a little more stretch and opening into the hips. Nice. Okay, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Swing your back leg back straight behind you. Heel toe your right foot a little more to center. And then inhale, take your arms up to the sky. Good. Stretch your, sorry, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say pull up through your legs, lift up into your pelvis so you feel really steady. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. And then if you want a deeper stretch for the hip flexor, pull your left heel, right heel towards your right sit bone. Instead of letting the torso come forward or just collapsing through the hips, pull your heel in. Get your hamstring involved. Good. Then stretch up, maybe curl back a little more. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Slide your hips back so the left hip comes over the left knee. Slide your right heel out in front of you. Come up onto your heel. If this is excruciating, take your hands up on blocks. It's like we're okay. That's it. Dig your heel down into the floor. Flare out your toes. Take a breath in. Feel your spine lengthen and lengthen your right leg fully without locking out your knee. Lengthen your leg. Then fold over your leg. Belly towards your thigh. Head towards your knee. Let the back of your neck soften. Close your eyes. Attune to the flow. To the flow of your own breath, the pace of your breath, the beating of your heart, your own flow. That's really what our practice gives us the opportunity to do, to get quiet, to just listen, to see where our heart is landing today. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Okay, stay with me. Heel toe the foot a little more out in front of you. Then heel toe it a little over to the left. So the angle of the knee is wider than 90 degrees, if you can. Then lift, flare out your toes, pull your toes back, and come to the pinky side of your foot. So it's sort of like a pigeon, but it's like a wider pigeon. It's just a deeper hip flexor stretch. That's it. You can take your hands more out in front. Your hands can go onto blocks here. If your knee comes down further than mine, by all means, let it go down. Mine just doesn't. Bring your foot out in front of you. So a wider than 90-degree angle, like that, and then knee to the side. Yes. Yeah, and if your knee goes down, by all means, let your knee go down. This is just as far as mine goes. Just a deeper hip flexor stretch. You guys feel that? Those like deeper rotators. It's like, yeah, we can feel it. We're just not going to talk about it. Okay, come on. Slide that foot back. All right, just take a moment. What's that? Yes, feel it, right? Okay. Second side, left leg behind. That whole sequence now to the left. Left leg out behind you. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep the leg back and up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, lift a little higher, maybe lift your chest, lift your leg a little higher. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step up outside your hands. So left foot is outside your hands. Kickstand your right leg behind you. Good. See that your knee, your left knee is right over your ankle, so it's not dropping in like this. So keep the pinky side of your foot down, press the knee out, and then walk your hands to the upper right corner of your mat. Yeah, that's it. Good, you guys. Again, pull your hips back a little bit, even as you extend your arms forward. As you widen out through your pelvis, maybe feel a little release around the base of your spine, your sacrum, so you can extend it a little bit longer. Maybe breathe a little easier. On your next inhale, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Swing your leg behind you. You can heel toe a little narrower now. Inhale, arms to the sky. That's it. Get tall through your spine. Have a sense of pulling up from the feet. Feel your feet on the floor. Pull up through your legs. Feel your muscles tone so your legs are supporting you. Feel your pelvic floor tone, glutes a little bit. And then pull your heel maybe towards your hip a little bit more so that you're sitting a little deeper, but with integrity and with intention. Keep the spine lifting tall. One more breath. On your exhale, fold forward. Shift your hips back, right hip over right knee. Extend your left leg in front of you. Again, hands can be on blocks here. Yeah, slide your front foot forward a little bit. Instead of taking your hip back, it's not wrong. It's just you're going to get a better hamstring stretch this way, and that's what we're going for, a better calf stretch if the hip stays over the knee. Okay, flare out your toes. Pull the pinky edge of your foot back. Lengthen out of your pelvis, leg, spine. And then as you exhale, fold. And as you inhale, the spine naturally lengthens. You have to make space for breath. And as you exhale, it naturally folds in. So just follow that flow. Little micro movements, deepening into the forward bend, deepening into your breath, deepening into your pose. Even when we're holding and we're not moving, there's still a flow. Okay, on your next inhale, come forward again, rebend the front knee. Okay, then heel toe forward a little bit, and then over to your right a little bit, then onto the pinky side of your foot. Figure out what to do with your arms. Some of you, it might be better to be behind the leg. Some of you can go out in front, see what feels right. But pull your foot back. Try to make your ankle straight so that this movement is coming from your hip and not your ankle. Again, it's not wrong. It's just you're going to get a deeper hip stretch, and that's what we're going for. If it feels good to do a little rock side to side, you could do a little gentle rock side to side. Shouldn't feel this in a knee. If you're feeling it in a knee, let me know. I can make suggestions of how to get it out of the knee. All right, one more breath. And then walk your hands back in. Slide your left knee back to tabletop. Good. Come on up to downward facing dog again. Take a moment and do your own doggy warm-ups here, however you like to move in your dog. All right, and then stretch your arms and your legs straight and find your way to the front of your mat. Uttanasana, forward bend. Lengthen your spine, come on all the way up. Reach up tall, clasp your right wrist, lean to the left. One more breath here. Lengthen up and lean a little more. Inhale up. Switch, clasp left wrist, lean to the right. Inhale, get long, and exhale, lean a little more. Good. Inhale, separate your hands, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, sit your hips back. If you need to take a different arm position, you can do that. Take your hips really low as you can. Poke your hips back behind you. Draw your belly in and up. Take your shoulders and your head back a little bit. Exhale, fold over, Uttanasana. Straighten your legs. Step your right leg back behind you. Knee off the floor. Back leg straight and strong. You can do this with hands on blocks, but don't have the blocks out in front. Bring the blocks in line with your front foot. That's it. Your back leg is going to stay straight, and we're going to bend and straighten the front knee a few times here. So on your next exhale, straighten your front leg, round over that leg. Again, you can use blocks for your hands if you need to. Inhale, bend your knee, look forward. Back leg stays straight. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, bend. And then close your eyes and do a couple more. Do it at your pace, your rhythm, your flow. It's all these simultaneous flows in the universe, our inner flow, the flow around us. Yoga is our opportunity to attune to our own rhythm. Next time the leg is straight, just hold there for a couple of breaths. You're going to step forward into standing split. So bring your weight to your left foot, float your right leg to the sky. Get your lifted leg straight first. So get that leg as straight as you can. Then, if you can, straighten your standing leg, straighten your standing leg. If you want to work on balance, take your right hand over to the right a little bit. Take your left hand behind your left calf. Good. Squeeze your outer left hip in. Maybe look forward a little. That helps. And then maybe just keep one hand there, or maybe try both hands if you want to work balancing on one leg. Okay, we're going to cross the legs now. Cross your right leg behind your left leg. Step back far enough that you can straighten both legs. Yeah, and then press down to the big toe sides of your feet. Drag your left hip back a little bit. Fold over your legs a little deeper. You can always come back to that Ujjayi breath. If your mind wanders, if the flow of thoughts is taking you in a direction that is not yoga right now, you can always use Ujjayi breath as a way to bring you back. Okay, shift your weight back to your front foot. Lift your back leg up. Bend your front leg, step back to lunge, and then back to dog. You can hold in your dog, or you can come through a vinyasa here. Plank, chaturanga, cobra, back to dog. Or you can skip all that, take a rest, rest in dog, rest in child's pose. Bend your knees, step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, come on up, reach up. Exhale, chair, hips back. Sit low, maybe take your thighs a little lower, take your spine a little taller. See if you can get your head between your upper arms, hug your upper arms in. Exhale, fold over. Step your left foot back, lunge. Good. Left leg's going to stay straight. We're going to bend and straighten the front leg. As you inhale, front knee bends. As you exhale, straighten it out. Inhale, bend, look forward, extend your back leg and your spine. Exhale, straighten the right leg, fold over. And then again, eyes closed. If that serves you, pulse back and forth a couple more times. Waiting for the breath. Inhaling to unfold. Exhaling to enfold your body. Next time the leg is straight, hold there. That's it. Feel the pulse and flow of breath and heartbeat even as we hold. Shift your weight to your front foot, float up your back leg, standing split. You want to work the balance, kickstand your left hand out to the left a little, take your right hand behind your right calf. Maybe take the gaze forward a little bit, that helps. Maybe keep the left hand on the floor, or maybe try taking both hands behind the calf. Good, cross the legs. Left foot behind the right, left leg behind the right. Far enough back that you can straighten both your legs. Yep. Get your front leg straight, your back leg straight without locking out your knees. We never want to lock out the knees. The muscles of the legs should be strong, but the knees should be soft. Fold over the legs deeply. Shift your weight forward to your front foot again. Float up your back leg. Big step back lunge, and then downward facing dog. Good. If you need a rest, take a rest. If you want to flow, take a flow. Whatever you're doing, do it with breath. Stay attuned to that rhythm that moves you, that moves inside you, as you. Come forward to the front of the mat again, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine and rise up, reach up. Exhale, sweep your hands behind your back now. Lace your fingers together. Stretch your arms straight back behind you. Good. Bend your knees to Utkatasana, chair. Hips back, arms lifting up. Toe in your belly. Straighten your legs and fold over. Arms towards the sky, head towards the floor. Good. Bend your knees, look forward, back to chair. Reach back, sit low. Exhale, arms overhead, head to the floor. One more time, bend your knees. Hug your shoulder blades in, even a little closer, hands a little closer, forearms a little closer. Exhale, fold over and hold here. Deep breath in. As you exhale, release your hands. Step your right foot back. We're going to come up into warrior one. So right foot back, right heel down, and then come on up into warrior one. Turn your hips to face forward. So right hip wraps around. Left hip pulls back slightly as the left knee bends. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Good. Have a sense of grounding energy from your pelvis down through your legs into your feet, and then lifting energy from your pelvis up to the crown of your head, your arms and your fingers. And then maybe take it a little deeper into a back bend. Let's open into warrior two. Open your hips. If you need to realign your feet so the right heel lines up with the left instep, just realign. There you go. Keep the right knee bending. And then keep your legs as they are, and we're going to just move the upper body. As you exhale, lean back, left hand to left leg. Inhale, back upright. Exhale, left hand, right hand to right leg, right hand to right leg. I'm not mirroring you guys. I'm saying it backwards. Good. Inhale, come up. Do one more reverse. Reach back, lean back, hold for a couple of breaths this time. So lean back, but keep bending your right knee forward. Push your right knee forward and wide to the right. Good. Now straighten your front leg. Hug the muscles around the knee without locking out the knee. Inhale, come up, and then reach out and over. Hand down to the ankle, the shin. Stack your shoulders. Move your top shoulder back. That's it. Hold steady within the flow. We're going to take this into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So you can take your top hand to your hip. If you know where you're going, just go there. If you need a tutorial, stay with me. Step into your left foot. Your left hand goes out in front of you, so not too close to the foot. Have it out in front towards the pinky side of your foot. Float up your left leg. Leah, take your block a little more forward. It'll be easier. Yeah, Cynthia, take your hand a little more forward. That's it. That's it. Nice. That's it, Juliana. Good. Stretch that lifted leg out straight. Yeah. Then stretch up through your top arm. Steady in your breath. Steady in your breath. Okay, we're going to step back into a lunge. So step all the way back. Toes face down. Good. Plant your right hand. Twist open to the left. Left arm up. That's it. One more breath. Extend your back leg and your spine. Move your top shoulder back, maybe your head back a little bit. There you go. Exhale, release your hands. And let's step back to dog. Good. You know the drill. Flow, rest, hold. All right, seems like many of us need a rest. Let's everybody take a child's pose for a breath, or two, or three. Here's the thing with going with the flow. We have to acknowledge what the flow is. Acknowledge that there's a wave, there's a current. Can't stop it, can't avoid it. Usually that's not even possible. We just determine how we're going to ride it. Because when there's nothing to do, there's nothing you can do nothing. Don't fight it. That just makes you tired. Find your way back to dog. Find your way back to Uttanasana, step or hop forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Switch the lace of your fingers. Other pointer on top, other pinky on the bottom. Bless you. Stretch your arms back behind. Lift up through your chest, tone your belly. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Lift your arms a little higher. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your chest, arms back. Exhale, fold. One more time. Bend your knees, hug your arms in closer, shoulder blades in closer, and then fold over a little deeper. On your next exhale, release your hands. Left foot back to warrior one. So step back, round your heel, and then rise up, hips facing forward. Right knee in a right angle. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then just be here steady, riding the waves of the breath. There's nothing to do and there's nowhere to go. Don't fight what is. Don't fight the tide that's turning. Just be with it. One more breath. On your exhale, open up warrior two. So again, adjust your feet. So your heel to instep, open your arms to the sides. And then keep your legs super steady. Pulse the upper body back. Drop your left hand, stretch your right arm up, lean back. Inhale, arms wide. Come up, good. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come on up. Last one, lean back. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, cartwheel up and over, Trikonasana. Keep your spine nice and long. Yeah, look up at your top shoulder. We tend to take the hand behind and the shoulder rounds forward. So move your top shoulder back a little more. Yeah, then move your hand back, then head back. Beautiful. Okay, Ardha Chandrasana, if you know where you're going. Step into it. So Bhima, we're reaching to the right foot, not the left foot. Yeah. Step forward into your right foot. Take your right hand forward. Float up your left leg. You can always use a block. That's it. If you're just hanging on for balance, hang on for balance. To refine, move your left hip over your right hip. Move your left shoulder over your right shoulder. Stretch your arms and legs a little straighter. You got it. Okay, big step back into lunge. Good. Plant your left hand. Twist right. Right arm up. Twist open. That's it, John. You got it. Exhale. Release that hand down. Step back into dog. Hold or flow as you wish. Find your way back to Uttanasana, step or hop forward. Lengthen your spine and come on all the way up. Reach and stretch up tall. Exhale, just slide your hands to your heart. Close your eyes, pause, feel the rhythm of your heart, the rhythm of your breath. Just listen to that rhythm. Let your awareness ride on that rhythm. Release your hands, let your eyes open. Okay, step step wide on your mat. Face the windows and step wide apart. Good. Have your feet as parallel as you can. Good. And then hinge right at the hip crease. So you can even have your hands there. Hinge forward, spine long. That's it. Deepen that crease. So send your thighs back as your spine extends forward. Keep your neck neutral, but keep your spine extending, and then keep hinging as long as you can. Long spine. And when you hit resistance, just pause, breathe, and exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Of course, you can put blocks under your hands if your hands don't reach the mat. Let your head and neck release here, elbows bend. Keep a gentle lift of the shoulder blades onto the back, so we're not just collapsing in the shoulders. Okay, we're going to take this into a seated flow. So we're going to walk to the right foot. So turn your right foot out a little bit, Skandasana. Walk to your right foot, bend into your right knee. That's it. You can stay here, hands on the floor. You can go hands to your heart. You can sit fully down into that hip. Have your knee, your elbow and your knee squeezing into each other, whether you're up high or down low. Try to, yeah, if the heel is up, it's okay. Take one more breath wherever you are. Good, then shift back to center. Turn the right foot in. Turn your left foot out on a diagonal. Bend your left knee. Have the left knee pointing right at the second toe. You can stay here. If the knee needs support, keep your hands on the floor. You can stay up high or you can sit down low. Left elbow inside the left knee if possible. Squeezing knee and elbow together. That's it. Exhale, release your hands, shift back to center. Okay, we're going to walk back to the right. This time we're going to sit all the way down. So if you need to use your hands to help you. Sit all the way down. So we're going to go right knee up, left leg out to the side. Yep, yep. Yes. Find your way there. Yes. It's fine. It doesn't have to be graceful. We're totally fine. Okay, now we're going to bring the right arm inside the right leg, and we're going to twist to the left. So take your left hand outside your left hip, twist to the left. So an open twist. You're on the, Jana, switch your leg. Right knee is bent. Juliana, switch your leg. Right knee bent. Left leg straight. That's it. Open twist to the left. Okay, face front. Hold your right ankle with your left hand. So you can scoot your foot over a little more, Christina, so it's flat. That's it. You want your foot flat on the floor. Hold your right ankle with your left hand. Sweep your left arm up to the, right arm up to the sky. Good, then lean towards your extended leg. Reach for your toes. Maybe you reach, maybe you don't. Doesn't really matter. That's it. Inhale, come on up. Take your right hand, sweep it behind you. You can step your right foot a little more out in front and then lift your hips up like a wild thing, pseudo wild thing. Curl your head back, shoulders back. Yep. Exhale, release your hips down. Okay, we're going to come back out the way we came in. So shift your weight forward, shift to center. We're going back to Prasarita Padottanasana. All right, we're going to sit into the left hip. So you're bending your left knee, right leg stays straight, sit all the way down, left knee up. We got it. That's it. Yeah, and if another way needs to happen for a knee, do it that way. Okay, then left arm inside the left knee, twist to the right, right hand behind you. Sit up tall. Shoulders back, spine long. On your inhale, face front. Hold your left ankle with your right hand. Stretch your left arm to the sky. Lean to the right leg. Reach for toes. If you can get the back of your right arm inside your right leg, you can kind of brace against the leg and twist open a little bit more. Inhale, come on back up. Step the left foot out in front of you a little bit more. Take your left hand to the floor. Sweep the hips up and back. Again, a little sort of pseudo wild thingy something. Mm-hmm. All right, good. Slowly release your hips back down. Okay, let's just stay down. Let's just stay here. Okay, let's just stay here. All right, we'll take it into a little deeper hip stretch. So we're going to do pigeon, right leg forward. So if you have a way of doing pigeon you love, just do it. If you want to stay with me to take care of cranky knees, you can stay with me. Here's a way of coming into it. So I start in this pose. I open up the knee and sort of pin the bones of the leg down so that the knee stays really stable. And then I work my back leg back behind me, leaning forward. If you have another way of doing it that you like, that doesn't hurt a knee or a hip, go for it. I'm aiming for the deepest hip stretch, and this is how I get that deep hip stretch and keep it out of my knee. Elbows could go out in front. Yep. So the more open that front knee is, the deeper stretch you're going to get in the hip. And if you need to pull the heel in for a knee situation, that's fine. But even if your hips are a little off kilter, it's okay. We're in that forward bend position. And this gives you a little bit of a deeper hip opener, which is what the aim is here. All right. Let your heart soften down a little more. So the shoulder blades just slide onto the back. Let your head and neck soften. Take 2 more breaths, keeping your back leg extending out long. And then we're going to come out the way we came in. So come on up, swing your back leg forward. Good. And then switch your legs. So left leg will come out in front. So I'm starting in this position. And again, if you have another way of doing it you like to do, by all means, go for it. I'm holding the bones of the leg so that the knee stays stable and leaning forward. Then creeping this right leg back behind, trying to roll towards the thigh. Yeah. Then elbows to the floor. Always keep the arm there, holding the knee steady, or if it feels better. Just holding the lower leg and upper leg bones stable like that helps to keep the knee happier. Stretch your right leg out long. Let your front of your right thigh roll towards the floor. Couple more breaths. Soften your heart, the heart space in the front of your chest. Let your head and your neck release. Relax your jaw. Find that sometimes the deep hip openers, we tend to get a little clenchy in the teeth because it's intense, right? If that would help, I'd be like, you know what, by all means, do it, but it won't help, so soften. All right. Lift up, come on out. Lean over to your left leg, swing that right leg around. Okay, we're gonna work on crow pose a little bit now. So, okay, little crow tutorial. Feet together, knees wide. If you're newer to crow or if your balance feels a little wonky, a crash pad is never a bad idea. Hands are outer shoulder to center of wrist, and the fingers are spread wide and really grippy. Knees have to be above the elbows. If you're newer to the pose, bent elbows is helpful. Make a little shelf. Squeeze your elbows in, squeeze your legs into your elbows. Look up. If your head goes down, everything's going to go down. So head up, squeeze your legs, maybe one foot, maybe the other foot, maybe both feet lift up. Heels to butt. That's the pose. If you're finding that it's hard to get your feet off the ground, you probably need to lean forward a little bit more. So try it. Give it a go. Spread your fingers out. Feet together if you can. Feet as close together as you can. And feet active. If your feet are sort of dead weight, they're going to just drop down to the floor. All right, grip your fingers down super strong. That's it. Lean forward. Look forward. Look forward. Lift your belly. Lean your weight to your elbows. Keep your head up. Maybe lift just one foot. Knees above elbows. So try to get your knees up. Lift your butt a little higher. That's it. That's it. Like that. Make a little shelf with your elbows. Squeeze your legs in. Squeeze in. That's it. That's it. That's it. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. You can move your crash pad farther out in front. Yeah. Yeah. Take a rest. If you need a rest, maybe try it one more time. Do you have questions other than why? I can give you the why too, if that's your question. Questions about how to do the pose. Knees have to be up high, so that lift So if the leads are kind of sliding down, right? So that lift comes from the belly. So get a good lift in your abdominals. Try one more. Grip your fingers. Lean out. You got to lean forward. The fingertips are the brakes. Claw your fingers like crazy, like Spider-Man hanging off the building. Like really claw. That's your brakes. That's your brakes. Okay, everyone's done. Uttanasana. Fold over. And then bend your knees, hold opposite elbows. Let your belly rest on your thighs, let your shoulders relax, let your head and your neck just release and soften. All right. Come on all the way down to your back, bend your knees, come down to your back. All right, bend your knees, heels under your hips like a bridge set up. Okay, cross your right ankle on top of your left knee, like that. Good, you can have your arms by your sides or your hands on your belly, either way, and then do a little cat and cow here. So arch your back a little bit away from the floor, and then round your spine into the floor. So with your ankle crossed over, cat and cow. Arch, yep, and then round. You got it. And then land into the arched position. So arch your back away from the floor. Press your right knee towards the front edge of your mat, so away from your right shoulder. And then try to keep that and lift up your left foot. So try to keep your back lifting away from the floor. It may or may not stay lifted, but do that action in your low back. Pull your left knee in. Yep, and press your right knee away. Use your legs to do the work for the moment. Pull your left knee closer, press your right knee away a little more. Now thread your arms through and either hold behind your left thigh or in front of the left shin, whatever your knee feels comfortable doing. And you can let your spine round a little bit now. But notice that if you're trying to deepen the stretch a little bit, try keeping that action of pulling the low back up away from the floor slightly is going to give you a deeper hip stretch. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Stay here or straighten out your left leg and reach over the right leg. Catch your ankle or your foot for a little deeper hamstring hip stretch combo. Your hips can be off the floor here. Make sure you're not hyperextending your left knee. So a little bend to the left knee will be helpful here. Okay. If your left leg is straight, rebend it. Everybody bring your left foot down to the floor. Keep your right ankle crossed over. Now, heel toe your left foot over to the left. Heel toe to the left. And let your right knee and both knees drop to the right. If this bothers your knee, uncross the legs. It should just feel like a little gentle weight on the knee. Keep your feet active, pressing down. And then reach your arms up overhead. Left arm by your left ear. You can clasp the left wrist with your right hand and use that hand to lengthen the left side body. Jonna, bring your knees to the other side, to the right. Still crossed over like that. That's it. You got it. Take one more breath. Uncross your legs. Bring your knees up. Center yourself on your mat. Take your left ankle over your right knee. Flex your foot. And then do a little cat and cow here. Hips stay on the floor, but just arch your back away from the floor and round your back into the floor. Just up and down a few times, feeling the stretch in the hip. Change, modulate, flow. And then hold in that arched position. So shoulder blades down, head down. And then pull your right knee in, trying to keep your back arched away from the floor slightly. Press your left knee towards the front edge of your mat. Use your legs first. So don't hold the leg yet. Let your legs do the work first. That's it. That's good. That works on mobility. And then reach through and hold the leg. That's flexibility. Both are important. Keep the left knee pressing away as you pull the right knee in. Yep, stay there, or stretch your right leg up straight without locking out your knee. Reach above your left leg for your right calf or foot, whatever you can reach. Release your right leg, rebend it, drop your right foot to the floor. Heel toe your right foot over to the right. So you're on the inside edge, the big toe side of your right foot, then drop your knees to the left. Good. Arms up overhead. If you want to give a little extra length, you can pull on your right wrist with your left hand. Just give a little more length into the right side body. Your next inhale, uncross your legs, bring your knees back up. I'm going to come into a supported bridge. If you don't have a block nearby, I will come shove blocks closer to you. So you're going to go hips up, hips onto a block at whatever height feels comfortable. Lowest or middle is best. If you want to go high, that's fine. Try to get it flat though. Yeah, right under the pelvis. Make sure it's under the pelvis, not under the back. Just like that. Under the bony part of your pelvis, not your soft low back. Mary, do you want a cork block or is that okay? It's firm enough? Okay. And then in this, now do a little like micro cat and cow here until you feel the back of your pelvis flat on the block. So for most of us, that means arching the back a little bit more away from the floor. And then find that middle place where the center of the back of the pelvis is flat on the block. Snuggle your shoulder blades under a little bit more deeply. And then trying to keep the pelvis flat on the block and that curve in your spine, take your legs to the sky. Yeah, so if you keep this arch here, like that, that'll keep, and you don't have to keep the legs. The legs don't have to be fully straight here if the hamstrings feel tight like that. So your pelvis stays really flat on the block. Your legs don't have to be fully straight. So you'll get all the nice inversion benefits, even if the legs aren't fully straight. Knees can be a little soft. Close your eyes. Feel the flow of your breath, the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel it as the tempo and rhythm of life itself, taking the form of your body and your breath and your energy, moving through you as you, and just get intimate with that flow, with that rhythm, so that when the outside forces are pulling you one direction or another, you know how to attune yourself back to it. You know how to find your way back to your own heart. Bend your knees. Release your feet back down to the floor. Stay here for a breath or two. If you want a little more of a back bend, we didn't do a lot of back bending today. If you want a little more back bend, you can straighten out your legs. Take a little more of a back bend. You can go one at a time or both together. If you're going to the straight leg version, keep your inner thighs spinning down and your belly slightly toned so your low back isn't taking the brunt of it. Your legs are bent, are straight, rebend your knees, and then lift your hips, slide your block to the side. And then if there's any last pose or stretch or movement your body needs, take a moment to do that. And begin to find your way into Shavasana. extending your legs, extending your arms, equidistant from the center line of the body. Turn your palms to the sky. If your low back is bothering you with the legs straight, you can always put a blanket underneath your knees or blocks under your knees. That helps keep the spine a little more neutral. Let your body relax deeply. Feel your breath flowing in and out. Feel the breath as one continuous breath, flowing one into the next, into the next. Like the waves of the ocean. The wave comes and then merges back into the ocean. Feel your breath the same way. We breathe in, the universe breathes into us. We breathe out, we offer our breath back. Let your mind completely immerse in that flow. Surrender to it. Give yourself over. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Allow your body to stretch, move, reawaken in whatever way feels good to you. Make your way to your side, back to seated. There are many flows in life, inner flow of our own life, the outer flow of our family life, our community life, ways we have to align with those, but we can really listen to our hearts and be at peace in our heart, even if the wind is, blowing us across the cove. More we can do that, then the easier things go. We live with just a little more ease, a little more grace. So whenever possible, surrender to the flow of life. Move with ease. Bring your hands to your heart. And let's close together with one Om. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Everybody. Yeah, you know what? There's an alcohol spray on the top there. If you don't mind just, spraying it down. There's like a